And welcome to today. I am Jeremy Womack, your host for the Jeremy Womack Show. I got Mr. George Carson in the studio with me, and this show is going to be rather fun today because we're going to talk about a couple of different things. They don't have a guest, as you can see. I am here by myself. I'm not in here by myself. Like I said, George is over
Yeah,
there.
I'm here at least.
You're here at least, so I don't feel like I'm completely talking to myself. But go
Well,
ahead.
some people say when I'm talking to them, they feel like they're talking to themselves.
It's because your glasses, you don't like acknowledge. You could be looking everywhere, but your sunglasses don't
Have
let
no
people know.
clue.
No, I don't even know that you're looking at me now. I know your head's
I'm not looking at that
toward.
microphone right now, wondering where the hell is the guest.
There's no guest. Nobody here. Nobody here. So because of that, and it's cool that sometimes that I have these breaks in the week where I don't have a guest every day, is because I can talk about other things. I can kind of let it be a whatever day and whatever I want to talk about. So today, if you're on alltalkradio.net right now, you will see that it's a completely new site. And I work with George to make sure that the website is going the way it's supposed to. The one before was old school, and the one now is new school, and it gives us more of flexibility in all the things that we want to accomplish with alltalkradio.net. And so we'll get into that a little bit in a bit, and I'll talk with George about what he wants to say, the direction it's going, and all that. So it'll give some people some insight as to where we're going with alltalkradio.net. And also the other topic was the issue I had today and last night with Cox Communications. I got, my I'll say that I did get a credit for issues that I was having, but I didn't get as much of a credit as I thought I deserved. And so I'll talk about my whole experience. The whole experience will include tips of things that you should do to make sure that everything goes the way that it's supposed to with your internet service or whatever. I don't have television, so I'm just internet, and I have phone there.
No TV.
No TV.
How do you watch Gilligan's Island?
Well, I don't watch Gilligan's Island.
Oh,
I haven't watched that since I was a kid. And I think most of them are not with us anymore,
I don't think so.
unfortunately. So my my issue with Cox was this. So this is the way that it goes with All Talk. So I'll do my show, and when I'm doing the show, when I'm finished, George will post it onto YouTube, and so it'll be there on the YouTube, the All Talk Radio channel.
we
So
would like to say automatically, but for everybody from here on out, I'm saying within a day or two.
yeah, it should be within a day. Your archive will, you have to say that because
If there's a glitch,
there's glitches that happen.
Right.
It's unfortunate. It's the way technology sometimes works. It's the way we're doing this live right now. So sometimes there are glitches
I mean,
where
for all they knew, we could have just did half of a show.
we could have done
and
half a
started
show
all
and then
over
started
again.
all over, and
You would never know.
You'd never know because we're professionals.
Right.
So things happen. So for shows that are out there that may be listening or whatever, your show will go in archive onto YouTube within a day or two. Think of it like a window of that, like a utility company like Cox Communications might give you. That it'll be up in a day or two, and then you can also download it. So it'll go on to All Talk Radio's YouTube channel, which you can go check out. If you're antsy and have to listen to the show or see it immediately, then you just go and go to All Talk Radio, the YouTube channel. If you don't, you want to wait, I download it from YouTube, and then I put it on my own YouTube channel, which is Jeremy Womack, DOTCOM, which is jeremywomack.com. So you can see it there. It'll also be on the jeremywomackshow.com. And it'll be there. Like yesterday's show is up, which was a fun show.
I enjoyed yesterday's show.
Yes.
Great time.
Great time. Great people. 6 guys, 1 girl, and the one girl says squeezy balls.
She was hot.
And George found her very attractive.
Yeah.
She's a very attractive
And
woman.
I don't know so much it was just her physical appearance. She was just a fun person.
That helps.
It helped a lot. I mean,
That
because whenever
helps.
you got somebody that's actually out there just doing their thingy, and they
Right.
look hot, okay, they're hot.
Right.
But if you get someone that's down to earth and can have some fun and hang out with people, and then that just makes it so much better looking.
I couldn't agree more. That's the determining factor for me, I'm 37 now. When I was in my 20s, and I'm sure other guys feel the same way, it was just, is she attractive? Is she hot? Look at
Right.
us having 3.
For some reason,
That one's dumb over
this
there.
one does not like it.
We don't like that one.
This Surface does not like trying to load that Ustream up for some reason.
You need to like reboot it or something.
I'm telling you. Let's try. You know what? I think I need to reboot everything.
Just reboot everything. That's what you've always been told. If anything's wrong, you reboot it, or it's your modem or your router. So yesterday's show was awesome. It was fun. There was alcohol poured. I'm not much of a drinker. I had a little bit of this champagne, and George isn't either. Yeah,
infused with peach, I guess.
Infused with peach. It's
great stuff,
Magnifico. Giornado, is that Giornado? Something like that.
Yes, I believe we have. That was over there.
Yeah, if you go to
it's pure gold. Did you know that?
At least your son thinks
yeah,
so.
my son thinks it's pure gold.
Go to the JeremyWomackShow.com. You will find a link to BMagnifico.com, and that's the company that we had in yesterday with Aaron Christensen, who works directly with them. But we even after the show was over, they left bottles and glasses for us, which was very nice of them to do.
And I got to admit, the glasses were much better than a pair of squeezy balls.
Yes. Whoever thought of coming and doing the glasses instead of coming up with a squeezy ball?
Great idea.
Right on. Although
I was going to say, although I would like to have seen her demonstrate the squeezy ball thing yesterday.
We saw that after the show.
But see, I missed it. I was in here.
You didn't see it.
I didn't get to see her demonstration.
No, you saw her do it a second time.
The second time, but she did it the same way.
Similar. It was a bit half-assed.
Yeah, I was going to say I got the washed down.
You got
version,
the washed down version, but we saw the aggressive.
See, I missed that part.
But they should now come up with a squeezy ball swag to give people, because we talked about it, and I've hashtagged squeezy ball already.
And they could put their little emblem on each ball.
Sure, the little M that looks like a crown.
Right.
So she rolled with everything, and it was a fantastic show. It was fun. We laughed.
Joey sucked down the rest of the bottle.
Joey sucked down the whole bottle. Ricky J was fun. Just a outgoing person. Yeah.
He's a big rapper in Canada.
Big rapper in Canada. You can tweet him if you'd like at Ricky J, just with a J, not Jay. And he's doing quite well for himself. I think he's the spokesperson for the company. So kudos to them. I hope they have much success.
Now they're in town here still, right?
They're still in town for the nightclub and bar show.
Okay.
So you can see them. I think it's 376 is the booth number they're at. Yep. They're sharing it with somebody else right now. But what's funny, I after the show, George's mom was in a conference room,
right?
And I brought her, when the bottles was open, so you should drink it if it's open, and some glasses. Here you go. Well, first I think George brought her the bottle, and I'm like, you can't just let her chug it out of the bottle. So I brought her a glass to make it a little bit more civilized. And apparently she liked it.
Styrofoam cup.
Champagne out of styrofoam. It's perfect. But
she did. She loved that.
She loved it, and she's not much of a drinker either.
No, she doesn't drink it much at all. As a matter of fact, last night when I left here, I was going to leave it here. I was just kind of left, and I was, end of the night, I'm tired.
Right.
I had already a bunch of stuff to carry. I got out into the car, sat down. She goes, "Where's the champagne?" I said, "Well, it's in this. Go back in and get it."
No, really?
I had to come back in and get it.
Uh-huh.
Took it to the house. She went in. I set it in the kitchen.
Uh-huh.
I put a little lid thing because the cork wasn't there. I put a little lid thing. Put it in the fridge. It wasn't 2 seconds. I walked out. I heard the fridge go, "Oh." And it was good. I come in and there she was drinking more. I was like, "You really like this?" She goes, "Oh, I love this."
Yeah, it's funny, and it's not apple juice. Okay, so you're not supposed to chug it. You're supposed to sip it.
And she did.
She chugged it.
She chugged it.
Go, chug. So
she goes, my stomach feels a little. I said, "Well, you don't chug champagne. That's not what you do."
So it
tastes so good though.
I heard the story when I came. Yeah, I don't drink, so when I had my sip, I was like, wow, it went down smooth and all that. So here we are giving an additional plug today. But it was such a fun show. I felt we needed to do that.
Yeah, they were great people.
Yeah, they're great people, and we had a good time. So, and look forward to having them come back when they have more things to talk to us about.
Or have her just come back just to say hi.
Yeah, exactly.
And show us the new squeezy ball selection.
Rebecca is who you're referring to.
I can't remember her name.
I friended her on Facebook. You should too.
She friended me.
Oh, there you go.
She found me.
She found you, so there you go.
She did. This morning, I said, it popped up, and I was like,
"You have a friend request."
I was like, "Friend request," and I looked at it. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, there you go.
Her from she found me.
Good job, George.
Hey, thanks.
Good job.
Must have been the hair loss.
It's something you're doing.
It's attractive, I think, in a way.
Just stick with the sunglasses. That works.
Yeah,
because sometimes you get to see things that everybody gets to see.
I'm Mr. Mysterious. Yeah, this is true.
So we'll just leave that one there. But what's really cool about the All Talk Radio is I get to do whatever I want and talk about whatever I want on this show. Hence having my friends in yesterday. But so the show goes up onto All Talk, and I download it. Well, yesterday was this huge problem because literally, and I've been dealing with some terrible speed
At your house.
At my house, and I say that reluctantly because when you get introduced to something and then it's like this video that's going out right now, it's great quality. If it went back to what it was a couple of months ago, it would be very irritating. I'm like, what's going on here? Why are we back to the Stone Age?
I could turn the other one on real quick if you want me to and switch it.
No, don't do that. I've seen that happen before. Not good. So, but you get used to something being great, and then backpedaling, and you're like, what's going on here? So I pay $70 a month for internet access, just internet access, and I'm supposed to get between 35 and 50 megabytes per second download, which is really fast. And I would like that to be there because not only do I do some work at home, but I like to watch videos online, and I just want it to load, and I want to be able to watch it and then uploading. If I download the video off of YouTube, then I upload it onto my channel. So I need that speed too. Otherwise, I'm falling asleep watching this happen. So, not getting the good speed, getting probably about 15 to 20 megabytes per second, it would take me 25 to 30 minutes to download a 190 megabyte file, which shouldn't be for what I'm paying for. What I should be getting for what I'm paying for is about a couple of minutes downloading something, and that's reasonable. Songs download in a second, if you will, because it's that fast. So I call up Cox, and I'm like, I've been having a problem this whole time with my speed.
And we're talking a year now, pretty much.
At least a year I've been having issues with the speed. So I'll take you back, and like George we mentioned kind of a modem router thing. Typically, what your internet service provider, your ISP, will tell you is that the problem is yours. Is there something on your end that's the issue?
I think when it comes to Cox, and this may be true to all of them, but the only one I dealt with was Cox when it came to that sort of thing.
Right.
They mostly have their. I think they have this little schedule thing that they're meant to come out and say each time,
like a script or something.
A script, yeah. Because it seems to me, with us talking about this before,
right,
that the exact same stuff. I mean, you would think it was the exact same damn man.
Sure.
I mean, the same thing with well, we're going to check the modem. We're going to check. And I realize there's certain only things they can check.
Sure.
But it seems to me it's like they're always blaming the same stuff.
Right.
And whenever it just seems like protocol. When you go out, router first, modem second, do all this stuff, and then tell them it's some kind of wiring in their house or to their every single time. Same damn thing. They used to do it to me all the time.
It's the same thing that is said, and again, it might be a script, and it might fix most problems, but it doesn't fix all problems. So this whole time, I call in with problems. This is what I get. So. Like March or April of last year, I was told it was the modem. So I go in, trade out the modem, and there happened to be a problem with that one. So they sent me a new one. Flash forward a couple of months, and then it's the router. So they said, well, you've got this terrible router, and and we're good coming out, by the way.
Yeah,
okay.
So
It's terrible router. It's old, antiquated. You need to get the dual band, which is much better. And the analogy they gave was like a Coke bottle of it being wide on one end and all the speed coming through, and then out the other end, it's tight,
and
so
they said it's for your
slows
router.
down. Right.
So the dual band was going to shoot twice, allowed twice the amount to come out.
Sure.
So it's not bottle affecting.
Exactly. So it gave you a better chance of getting the signal
in better range
and better range and all that. So I did that. This router was $80 at Best Buy, but they said I needed it. And
does it look like that thing?
Does it have a big? I can't see it, but does it have a big blue light on the side?
Oh no.
No. Then
I got the
doesn't.
dual band thing. It's a.
Oh, you have the actual. You actually have antennas.
Yeah.
Okay, mine doesn't have antennas.
Oh,
that stick out. I think they're internal antennas.
Internal antennas.
Yeah.
Oh, aren't we special?
I try to be. So I get this, and I'm willing to pay the $80 for this super duper router.
I realize you got an innie instead of an outie.
I'm wearing a shirt. How can you tell?
You just told me they're innies. Mine are outies.
Oh, I thought you were referring to my belly button. Yes, I have an innie rather than an outie. So So I get this great router, and I'm willing to pay that money because I'm spending so much money on my actual service. I want to get what I'm paying for. And it still doesn't do the trick. So flash forward a few months. Now I say flash forward because I'm not calling every time I have a problem. I'm just thinking, you've told me it's the modem, fix that. You told me it's the router, I fix that. So something else must be happening. Maybe it's, like they tell you, sometimes you're not going to get the best speed because there might be a lot of people online at the moment. Okay, I'll go with you on that.
You weren't wearing your aluminum foil
I wasn't
hat.
wearing my aluminum foil hat and bringing in more signal.
Right.
So all these things, I'm going and saying, okay, great. That might be the issue. So um, I- I'll back off and not call. Well, what I found out today was you need to call every single time you have a problem, because the reason why is they need to notate on your account that you called and had a problem. Now, just saying I did get some credit. I didn't get all the credit I thought I deserved.
You should have got a month free, at least.
Well, I'll tell you what I got.
Oh.
And what I was asking for, I didn't get. That comes, so you have to keep listening to the show. So
I was just getting ready to turn it off. I had to go get something to eat.
No, you just
I
drink
got
your
to
water.
listen in.
Damn you. So I have I talked to them. The lady says, well, the reason we can't give you exactly what you asked for is because there's not enough notations on your account. So there's your first tip: is anytime there's a problem, you need to call. Now, here's another issue though. When you call and have a technical issue, what happens is that you get sent into this automated system, and this robot lady tries to help you fix your problem.
First, let me help you.
Right. First, let me help.
Unplug your...
Exactly.
I'll wait a couple minutes.
I'll wait a couple minutes. Now I'm going to restart your modem. Make sure everything's unplugged. And I'm not joking when I say this. This whole process can take about an hour, and nothing gets accomplished.
I think it's a way for them to make you feel like you're getting some kind of service when you're truly not.
You're not getting anything. So here's the trick, okay? So number one trick: make sure when you call, you have to have them make a notation on your account, okay? So, but in order for them to make a notation on your account, you actually have to talk to somebody. Okay, because if you don't talk to somebody, nothing gets notated on your account. The robot lady is not saying anything, because I had at least 4 times I talked to the robot lady, and none of those were notated on my account. Okay, so you actually have to talk to somebody. So the trick is when they're saying, you need to, the robot lady's saying do this or do that, don't do anything. Don't push any buttons. Just sit there, be quiet. They'll ask you about three different times, I didn't hear you, or whatever it might be. Just don't say anything.
And eventually it will jump off and send you to somebody.
It'll send you to somebody to talk to.
Because if you start the cycle of doing what they ask you to do, you can't get out of it.
Yeah, you're stuck in la la land.
It'll keep saying, I did not notice you unplugged your...
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Until you start doing it, it will not let you out.
And it's a problem, because I can only imagine somebody like myself. I'm decently tech savvy. George is decently tech savvy, but we've both gone through the same thing. I can only imagine Melba, 85 years old, trying to get stuff done, and
she's so pissed that time when I went over there.
You didn't lay it correctly.
Well, I went over there, and Melba was just like, she was, I don't understand this robot lady. I'm
exactly.
Like, we had to go through the whole thing.
Exactly, and she's like 85.
85. She's gonna be 86 this year.
Yeah, is she?
Yeah.
George. So the older people out there can't figure this stuff out. So you're having them go through this cycle and getting frustrated, and it's not working. So first, you got to get someone on the phone. Don't make any choices in that process, and you'll be transferred to somebody. And then once you're transferred to somebody, make notations on your account, because you have to show the amount of times that you have actually had problems in order for them to justify giving you any sort of a refund.
Have your own book too. Write down the date
and
time.
Do that too.
Because if you don't,
but they may not give that as much credence, because they say you could have written whatever you wanted.
Well, yeah, but you've got to be able to notate to yourself, and because they're going to say, well, you called, we don't have it down. Oh yeah, I'll tell you what time it was. I talked to blah 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 and blah blah blah. Then sometimes they all of a sudden find it.
Oh, it was buried somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've had that happen before.
I will say, all of the people in the hour and 10 minute conversation I had with Cox Communications today, which was 3 different ladies, they were all very nice. All of them did everything they could. So I'm going to put my blame higher up.
You didn't get LaQuisha with the attitude?
No, I didn't get LaQuisha with the attitude.
Oh, cool.
I actually don't remember any of their names. I'm sure it's notated on my account. So if you're listening, Cox Communication, you can look up Jeremy Womack, that's me, it's my show, and see who I talked to. They were all very nice. I had no qualms with them, but their hands were tied when it got to handling my issue.
How the hell did they pick up the phone?
Huh? Because their hands are tied? Goddamn. If we're going to get through this whole entire show, your little anecdotes, I'm not Brett, man. So, back to the story, because you're gonna make me lose my train of thought, or my friend Alex from Germany says my little red string. You're gonna make me lose it, and I'm not gonna be able to know what I'm talking about.
And then you're gonna get frustrated and call Cox and tell them you want to make a notation.
I'm gonna tell them to make sure you mess with George Carson a lot. So you need to make sure you get it notated so they can actually handle you in the future. Okay, so all of this is kind of a moot point, because right now, when I was leaving to come to the show, there's actually another company out there working on it right now, so it should be fixed by the time I get home.
So
but
another Cox truck is out there working somewhere else.
That's another thing. They sub out who does that stuff. Okay, so over this whole year, I was having problems. So come January, I decide I'm going to get this landline, and so the guy comes out, he installs the landline. He's there for a good hour and a half doing stuff, because there's all sorts of weird stuff. He needs to fix the lines, make sure the phone jack that I've never had work since I've been there for 5 years. He has to make sure it's working properly and all that. So by the time he's done and I get this new modem, which is like 3 times the size of my old one.
So they replaced it for you?
They replaced the modem for me.
So you had the insurance, because they're always telling you to have this insurance and all this stuff. And
that's a side note, is because she was telling me on the phone that they were supposed to charge me every time for coming out, and they never charged me. And maybe they were supposed to, but if you're going to say we were supposed to charge you as a company and we never did, so there's a little bit of a discount for you. No, in order for that to actually occur, you have to, on the phone, say, we're sending somebody out. Normally we would charge you, but today we're not going to charge you. Or when they're out there saying, normally technicians out there, normally we charge you when we're out here, but we're not going to because of X, Y, Z.
I'll tell you what the secret is to that.
What?
The secret is that if they're coming out to fix something, if it's on your end the problem, they charge you. If it's theirs, they cannot charge you.
Exactly. So none of it was my issue.
But they try to make it look, that's why they always point to your router.
Sure.
Because they want to have that
your issue,
right.
that wiggle room. But you know, the 4 times they came out, never charged me at all, and it was never even said to me that it was a possibility that I might get charged. So they come out, they do their stuff. This guy changes out wires. Now bear in mind, I'm not like a normal house, where a normal house will have the line come from outside inside, and then it goes through splitters and stuff throughout all your bedrooms, because you have plug-ins in your rooms that you plug in your television or whatever. My house doesn't have that. You know, there's been so many different people that have lived in my house over the years. It might have been one person had a whole bunch of wires in there for satellite, and it's all messed up. So I basically told him one time, I said, just rip all the stuff out. I don't need it up in the rooms. All I need it is in this spot, in this room.
One line coming in.
One line coming from outside and directly into the modem. And you can't tell me there's any problems then if it's coming right into the modem. Now we know that if it goes through Wi-Fi, there might be a little bit of you lose a little bit of speed because it's going through Wi-Fi. That's fine. But if I hardline it, I should get exactly
what they're promising.
What I'm promised.
Right.
Okay. So
you're hardwired.
Well, in one computer right now I'm hardwired, but the rest of the house is Wi-Fi.
So the one that you were doing this on was the one that was hardwired in?
No, it was on my laptop upstairs.
Okay.
So it was Wi-Fi. But yesterday when I was trying to download the videos, it was taking an hour or two. You could see it when it's downloading. It tells you how long it's taking.
And your upload speed or download speed is?
My download speed, I speed tested it right then. It was 1 to 5
megabytes.
Yes. My upload was 12.
Well, you want a VTech?
Normally your download is much higher than your upload.
You need to upgrade from that Commodore 64. I mean, what the 1 to 5?
That's why I called. I said, why? And then they were pinging it and saying, there's something going on. We can't figure it out. So technician comes out today. He automatically assumes that he just has to swap out the modem. But then he swaps out the modem, and it's not. And this guy, I forget his name. Actually, I don't even think he told me his name. But this guy, great. If you're listening, Cox, and you want to give this guy commendation, Actually, you might not, because he
fixed your
he
thing.
pulled the veil over my eyes, so you may not like him. But I think he did a fantastic job, because me as the customer got educated.
Well, then he did a good job,
He
because
did.
that's what it should be.
That's what it should be. So he comes in, he switches out the modem, and um, then it wasn't working properly. He's like, okay, so maybe I need to switch out this the line coming right in, because it goes underground and then comes out right where your home is, the wall. So then it goes through right there.
I wonder if maybe a coal miner was down there and
Could have been messing with
accidentally
it. Yeah.
hit it, and
Maybe it's like a mole or something,
Yeah,
just chewing
a
on the
mole
wires.
chewing
'Cause
down
we
there.
have a bunch of those in Las Vegas.
moles everywhere.
Moles everywhere. It could be a prairie dog, So
I haven't seen any prairie dogs, just
Sure,
tons
sure.
of moles.
Lots of moles.
Yeah.
So he fixes that right by the house, but it doesn't do it. And he talked to his supervisor, who he says make sure that their technicians check, recheck, and triple check before they leave. So he's with the supervisor, and the supervisor says, "Why don't you check from the Cox line, which is past like 2 houses
Down
down
the pole or something.
by the pole?
Right.
Check that line to the house, like, change that out," and it worked. So my problem is, for a year, I've always been told it was my issue, and now we see, and this is not something brand new.
So for 1 year, you have been pretty much getting 1 to 5.
No. I was getting 15 to 20. Yesterday, I was getting 1 to 5. Normally, I was getting 15 to 20, but for whatever reason, yesterday I was getting 1
But
to
still,
5.
even 15 to 20 when you're 30 to 50
30 to 50 is ridiculous.
for a year's period of time.
Exactly. It's half as much as what I'm paying for.
Right.
So I'm upset, because, and this is how I knew it actually worked. I go into the hardline computer and I posted it on a Facebook. I
saw the picture.
Yeah, I posted as it was going. If anyone uses speedtest.net, that's, you go to that, and it tells you your
We should try
upload
it
and your
here
download.
today.
You could, yeah. You're
Probably a 1 to 5.
probably 1 to 5. So I do it. It's 65. I've never seen 65 in my entire life.
So you're past.
I was past. I was like, this is incredible. So then I go upstairs and I check my laptop. It's 35. I'm like, wow, okay, not even hardline. I'm getting 35.
Right.
So whatever he did there,
He's the magic man.
he figured out it was the line outside. So now, because the veil is lifted over my eyes, I'm seeing that I can actually get these speeds that I'm supposed to get. And this whole time I've been getting 15 to 20. I'm like, this is
And you paid for the price of 30 to 50.
exactly. So I call up. I said, after I posted that
Put
picture,
another tag on your thing,
what?
on your.
Oh yeah, a notation. Yes,
Notation, yeah.
on my account, for sure, because they had lots of notations.
You just
for
hang
today.
up and call back again.
Hello, I have a problem. Hello, I have a problem. So I call today and I say, listen, your guy came out. He was awesome. Thanks for the help. But I was wondering, because I've had this ongoing problem for a year. Can you do anything about it? Because my friend Liz suggested, when I posted that picture, she said, you might try and get some sort of refund or a credit. So I said, that's a good idea. So I called. I had some time. I call and say, can I get some sort of credit? She does whatever she does, comes back. She goes, oh, sure, we can give you a month credit.
Only a month for a year's time?
Yes. So I said, I'm not trying to sound like
Ungrateful? But you wouldn't have to be ungrateful. They screwed you
Right.
half the time for a full year. So in essence, they should make that, whatever that cost would have been that they would have made for the price of what speed you were getting, is what they should have charged you for, and whatever extra you had paid is what you should have gotten back.
There you go. So I say to her, I said, I'm not trying to sound ungrateful, but is it possible to get 3 months? Because I think that's fair in my mind. I'm going to say give me the whole year, but a 3-month credit, at $80 a month or whatever, seems fair. Because if you just split that up over a year, it's really not that much money. It's what, $240 for the credit over a 12-month period. It's $20 a month that I'd be getting credit for.
Oh, you're going to hate my story then.
Okay. So, well, I might hate it. I don't know. I'm also looking at the clock. I'm like, and we also got to talk about all talk. So, anyway, I asked for the 3 months. She goes, well, I can't do that for you. I'm on the tech side. You need to talk to billing. So I go to billing, and I talk to the lady there. And so then I got to talk to the supervisor. I'm talking to this lady, and she's feeling my pain, but she's saying that she can't do anything more for me than an additional half month.
I don't understand that.
I said, you're a supervisor.
She's not feeling your pain.
I said, you're a supervisor.
She's trying to keep corporate happy.
Why are your hands tied? I said, this is not cool because, now I'm getting the speeds I'm supposed to, but for a whole year I wasn't. And that's where I was learning about the notations on the account. I didn't have enough notations on my account to justify.
But they still know. I mean, whether there's notations or not, they know the wire was bad.
I know.
So obviously, if the wire's bad, it's been bad.
Right.
So why, that's bullcrap.
And she was telling me.
Okay, you know what? We have the disclaimer. That's bullshit.
We do have the disclaimer. So she was telling me basically because I didn't have the notations on my account, even if she tried to put in a 3-month credit, it wouldn't allow it to happen because of. It would look at my account and go, there's not enough, and maybe it would be her job that's on the line. Okay, fine. But I look at it from the corporate standpoint. Like I said, every single employee, all 3 ladies on the phone, and the technician that came out today were awesome. All those people should get raises because they did a good job. Even the supervisor, because she was very nice about it. But she was telling me that her hands are tied because of the notations. So problems that you might have. You need to make sure you notate it. Bypass the entire robot system by not saying a word or pushing any buttons, and they'll eventually transfer you to somebody to talk to.
Don't sucker into that very first part, because once you do, you're in.
You're stuck, and it's going to take you an hour, and nothing's going to happen.
And then you're going to have to hang up and start that process all over again.
The biggest complaint I had, and this is what I was telling the ladies on the phone today, I said, the biggest complaint I have is the fact that for this entire year, Cox made me feel like it was my problem. It was my fault that I wasn't getting the speeds I want. You didn't have a correct modem. You need to go buy a new router so you can. It's not like a Coke bottle going through and you have all the speed that you're supposed to get that you're paying for. But then I find out, no, it's the wire that's the issue.
Why wouldn't they have checked that to begin with?
That's what I'm saying. Why didn't maybe someone on the phone say
they were too busy trying to point it being your problem?
Right. And that's the rub, and that's what really, really bothered me the most today. And not it wasn't the fact that I didn't get the 3 months. I thought I should have gotten that, but it was the fact that you made me feel like it was always my fault, and not once until today did somebody say it might be the actual wire outside, and that is a complete Cox issue. It's your install outside from your pole to my house. That's not something I control. It's you. So you should be able to, when you're pinging someone's, box, you should be able to figure.
Bad wire.
Yeah, it might be a bad wire. Let's look into that. And literally, it took the guy today 2 minutes to figure that out.
But now think about this. Over the year now, they've saved on that bandwidth going to you.
I got that.
That you paid them for that.
I know.
So they've made in the long run. So without them checking that wire, corporate, you know how that runs.
Right.
Every little penny they can save, they're totally happy with.
Well, then this is a great public service announcement because everybody, if you're having issues and you're just sitting there, probably like me, going, I guess I'm stuck at this subpar speed, but I'm paying for more. You need to say, you know what? It could be the wire. And here's how easy it was, George. The guy just had a long wire. Let's say it was maybe 20 or 30 feet long. Mm-hmm. He unplugged from the pole, unplugged where it came to my house.
And just snip.
And he didn't even do that. He just
twisted them in and popped it on.
Put the new one, because he couldn't snip it out because he had to make sure it was still running between the time that he left and the people came in to redo it. Okay, so all he did was
a quick fix till they come in and replace it.
Just to see if that was the issue.
Right.
The coax cable, he tightened it on that end, tightened it by my house, and then I had blazing speeds. And he goes, "Yep, that's the issue." And I'll have a technician out, hopefully today, maybe tomorrow. And like I said, within an hour, they were there fixing it. So kudos to them for that. It's not Cox, so they have to call a different company to come out and do it. Two nice Mexican guys. I said, "Hey, how you doing? Thanks for taking care of this problem because it's been a big issue." And they were doing it when I left. So
the moral to the story
is that Cox shouldn't make me feel like
it's your problem.
It's my problem, especially if you could potentially have a bad wire. Don't think that you're bigger than the fact that it might be your fault and having a bad wire out there. That should be one of the things that you
but
just
like I said, that's one of the things they do.
Right.
Their biggest thing is to go ahead and try to pinpoint you first.
Right.
Because that's where they make their money from. So, if they're for a year, you sat there, and the mold chewed up your thing or whatever, and now you're going out there with no freaking
$70 a month is $840 a
A
year.
year, yeah.
That a utility is making off me. So when I was asking for a $240 credit, it didn't seem like that much to me. Someone might go, "You're asking for 3 months, aren't you being greedy?" Well, no, not in my eyes, because if I only had 15 to 20, I'm supposed to get 30 to 50.
How much is the next speed down? Because that's where you were at, pretty much.
50, something like that. So yeah, the $20 is what I should have got.
Would have added, yeah, for
$20
$20
a month
for a year's
that's what I
12
should have
period.
gotten.
Yeah.
But again, I got it was put on me that I didn't call enough. Okay, so if you ever have a problem with Cox, call them. Make sure they notate your account.
Tell them a mole chewed your thing
Yeah.
up, and you need them out there immediately.
But here's the silver the rub to the story. It's not even a silver line. The rub to the story is, from this point on, I shouldn't have a problem because the wire will be fixed.
Yeah,
so now I'm screwed.
And you didn't get credited.
I
which you
didn't
should
get
have.
credited. I'm going to get the speed I've been paying for this whole time. Now I'm going to get it all the time now, hopefully. And I won't ever need to call you again to have you notate my account because it's working now.
You know, I use Clear.
I used them one time, and it was when they first launched, and I got terrible, shitty service. So I said, "Screw you, people."
I can't believe, because I get great stuff. I mean, mine. I mean, obviously, it's not going to be as fast as yours.
I lived next door to a cell phone tower, which they had Clear on, and I wasn't getting good service.
They gave me 6 months free. I had an issue the one time we went through, and something happened, and a 16 bounce went through my account and screwed my account up. They gave me a half a year free.
Wow.
They sent me a brand new modem, which
maybe they're better now, but I don't think that you're going to get 30 to 50. Are you?
No, I get like 25 to 30 somewhere. It's not bad. I mean, I got it can hold up to 8 devices on mine.
Okay.
And they start getting a little bit of lag. Just,
Sure.
You know, it's a 4G. So.
Right. Well, I liked them because they were at your house, but then you could take it with you.
That's the
thought
part
it was
I
cool.
like, and that's what I use it for the most. Because if I got to go out and do something and it's just me on it, I'll
Right.
take it wherever I can. I'll plug it in, and I
Sure.
can do live remotes right from there.
So maybe with this new line, I don't have to be paying $70 a month anymore. But I do like that speed because I do work. You know, I don't want to sit there and watch a video download for 30 minutes. I want it to be done.
Well, just
Again,
think.
it's first world problems. Okay, I got it. It's first world problems. They're not having this problem. They're having problems in Africa looking for water. I get it. I understand. Okay, but
Or finding little Tommy Booknook. He got lost.
you lost me there. I don't even know who Tommy Booknook is.
That's one of their sons.
Oh, is that what his name is?
He went out looking for water. He got lost.
Got
They're
it.
looking for
Okay,
him
I
too.
got it now. So, but I get that. So quit your whining. You still get okay. But if I'm paying an exorbitant amount of money first for internet service, it shouldn't cost me $70. But if I'm paying that, give me that service. So, we have maybe about 20 minutes left. So, do you want to give your story real quick, or do you want to talk about the website? It's up to you.
That was it. My story was just a simple Clear that they had actually given me.
Oh, I'm going to hate the fact that you went to that and get.
They gave me no problem. I
Right.
mean,
Maybe their service is better now. I don't know, but
well, they just joined up with Sprint, so it may
well, they
start.
they were with them the whole time.
Yeah, but now they made the announcement. And
Oh, they made it official.
So yeah, so that seems to sometimes give companies the ants to go, oh well, now we're with us, so we can screw you.
Right.
Whether they're going to or not, I don't know, but. I have my ups and downs with them. There was times I was totally frustrated, but for the most part, they've taken care of me pretty well. It's like just not that long ago, I kept saying, "Look, I'm having problems again. It just doesn't seem to be getting the speed I need," and blah blah blah. They'll go say because
Said your name,
George. Yeah, George. George.
So before it was old school, and people had told you about it. They're like, oh, the website, and I've said it too, but it served its purpose.
Well,
so.
yeah. Well, see, they were used to every 2 years or every year we would roll out a new website.
Sure.
Well, that was
Things
when,
happen.
Yeah, that was when someone else was with me, and my wife was the one who built the last one. My
Right.
ex-wife, whatever she is now, I don't know.
Right.
She's,
Who knows?
but so we just kind of left it the way it was. I mean, we updated it a little bit here and there, but we didn't feel the need to roll out a brand new website every year.
Right.
It was functioning for what it needed to do. We were just only doing audio.
Right.
So we kind of left it go and just added on to what we needed and took away from what we didn't.
And then I come in,
And then you come in.
and I pull the veil over off of George's face. I said, "This is what we can do."
Right, because this is what because All Talk went to the next level anyhow.
Right.
So the old site was just not what was needed any longer.
Right.
It sat there. The only function the old site truly had any longer was
Was
to
the main page.
run the main page where people could go watch.
Yeah, because you might click on something, it takes you to another page, and then you click on something else at the top, and you're like, the page didn't exist, and,
Right.
and it became frustrating. And I was talking to George about that. I said, let's work on this. Let's get you something that's going to be much
Right.
better.
And since we're so media friendly now, we needed
Right.
a site that was going to be media friendly.
Right. So now on the site, you'll see at the top, you can share things on Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus, Pinterest, StumbleUpon, Reddit, Dig, LinkedIn, Tumblr, all the top. It's really easy, and George has seen that because through my site I had that where you can just click it, easily sends it to your Facebook, and it goes viral. So that's what we look at doing, because I think that this is what really makes the difference for All Talk compared to other brokerage style radio stations out there, is that All Talk really wants to help the shows become successful. Yes, you have to do things on your own to be successful.
It helps.
It does help because you just can't rely on the station to do everything for you. You have to take some initiative, and maybe
It's your show. You should want to.
why wouldn't you? It'd be like having a storefront in a shopping mall and opening your doors and just
not
sitting
telling
there
anybody
and not
you're there.
telling anyone you're there, and you're just hoping that people come into the shopping mall
Right.
and see you.
Or hoping that the people that you're renting the space from goes around and tells everybody you're there.
Exactly, that's a good way to put it too. Yeah, it'd be like expecting your landlord to go out and telling everyone about your store.
Right.
It doesn't work that way. Think of your show as your business, as your way to earn revenue. Some people just want to speak their mind. That's okay too, but you have to think of it somewhat as a business, especially if you want to make money off of it. And how do you do that? You need to advertise yourself. You need to put yourself out there. So the difference with All Talk and some others is that at least All Talk is putting it out on social media. It might be on All Talk's own pages, but at least it gives you a place that people are seeing your stuff besides just seeing it live.
Right.
You're taking the extra step. You're giving more added value to somebody purchasing their airtime, to them doing that, rather than, oh, here, look, you have your own page, and maybe you have some advertisements on your page, and here your archives are on your page, and that's all you get.
And that's what it used to be.
And that's what it used to be, where you have to change the game, because if that's what everyone's doing, you change the game, you go, oh, because I'm sure some people have seen other stations out there change their website and go,
yeah.
and that's good. You know what? I'm glad, because maybe they're watching this. I'm glad you made the first move, because now it doesn't look like we're going to copy you.
One of the biggest things is it's kind of like the old way the website was done is we had to tell you who came into you.
Right.
Now, we don't have to tell you that anymore. We can tell you who you need to send it to.
Right.
Bottom line is you shouldn't be sitting back waiting for people any longer. This is not the day and age of we sit back and hope that the coins fall from the skies into our laps.
Right.
This day and age, you send yourself, you make yourself, you can make what you will be and what you won't be. So these are the tools you need to do that with. We are giving them to you to do it with. Bottom line.
I was reading on my recent flight. Remember, I went to the wedding and coming back, they had this magazine there. I think it was Spirit Magazine or something. I was on Southwest, and they had an article in there about entrepreneurs and the way things are going now. And the way things are going now is more of a creator being out there and being an entrepreneur, and how successful they're becoming. And that's really what this is. You are a content creator by having your site,
Right.
or having a site, and also having your radio show, and you create it the way that you want to. You have to have a creative mind to some degree. It's not just sitting here going, hello, I am Bob, and this is my show.
I hope people come in to find me and watch me.
Difference being, think of it as a billboard. Do you think you'd get more out of a billboard being right on the Las Vegas Strip, or would you get more out of a billboard being out in the middle of the desert?
Right.
So you need to attract those
Placement's
people.
everything.
Placement's everything.
And you have the ability to start placing this everywhere instead of waiting for them to find you.
Right.
Which the old way is what they had to do.
Right.
They had to know to go to All Talk. They had to know to go for that show, look for it or whatever. You don't have to do that any longer.
Right.
You can take this, send it to any of your Facebooks, your Twitters, any kind of social media you've got.
Right.
and you can also embed it on your web pages. You can build stuff around. The stuff is kind of endless. You can actually take it and you can rip the sound off. The sound quality is great. You can rip that off and actually put that up onto iTunes or whatever.
Put it as a podcast on iTunes.
Right.
You have all these different levels of where you're doing a live show. It's recording, so it becomes a podcast. Then you're putting it on YouTube. Then you're putting it on iTunes. Then the best part of it is when you do your show, whatever you've put is there forever. If you can't convince somebody to give you money as a sponsor for your show by saying your ad's going to be on there forever, where does that happen? Okay,
right.
Is on a billboard you pay one fee to be a part of something and it's on there forever? No. Magazine, newspaper, radio, traditional television. No, it's not there forever. It's a fart in the wind. It's gone. And that's the difference between this is that what you're watching now live is also being recorded, and then now it's up there forever. So everyone will always hear my conversation about Cox, and maybe Cox will hear it. Maybe Cox will go, hey, Jeremy brought some good points up. We should change our business model.
Maybe Cox was listening to us a while ago.
Maybe Cox was listening to us a while ago and said, you're not
I know their ISP number.
You can't talk anymore. Who knows? But the thing is that, with the new direction of the website, should we talk about their own pages, or is that something we want to just kind of leave and surprise people
I think what we'll do is we'll leave it a surprise, because when we get up and running, then we'll direct them to actually go look at it if they'd like.
Right. So imagine when you have your own site, you have your own domain name, and it's something. Now you're really branding yourself. It's not just you're on the backbone of All Talk.
Right.
You have your own brand, and that's what you should have.
Yeah. And that's what All Talk's going to do for you.
And that's what you're all about.
You're going to do it for yourself.
Right.
All Talk's going to give you the tools to do it with.
Right. It's like you're a painter, and you just have your mind, but then you come to a studio and they said, well, here are your brushes, here is your canvas, here's your paint, here's all this. Now make something, and you've paid us for all this stuff. Now then, once you make it, you go sell it.
Supposing you didn't know how to make beef stew.
Yeah.
Or roast beef in the beef stew, pretty much.
Sure.
Now you've never done this before, but now you go to Walmart and you see they've got this whole packet that has the potatoes, the carrots, the seasoning, everything you need in one nice little thing.
Right.
Now you still got to go home and cook this, but they've given you all the ingredients to do so.
That's a good analogy.
That's exactly what we're doing.
So you can't go, well, why am I paying for blah, blah, blah? It's because you have somebody like George who's on the other side, working all the technical side of it, making sure it runs the way it's supposed to.
Right. Which sometimes, and I'll be honest, sometimes it does not. No matter what, it's still technology.
Right.
We get our ups, we get our downs, we get our disconnects, we get, but we'll make sure that things are, most of the time, most of the stuff here runs, I'd say, probably about 90%.
Right.
You do get a 10% up and down.
Even, and here's the contrast. Go do your own show. Well, you're going to have to pay for your bandwidth of some sort if it's going to go out live. If you don't decide to do that, you're going to do a podcast. Well, now you've got to record it. How are you going to record it? Maybe you've got a camera already. Okay, you need a good mic. You could talk, and I guess you could talk into your cell phone. I had one guy tell me, "Oh, this is how you can do your show. There's an app on your phone, and I'm going to go like this the whole time, blah blah blah, and there's a mic on it." No.
And then when you have guests, you got to angle it some.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, so what do you have to say about that? This guy behind me. Oh, it just doesn't. I can't see that as coming off as professional whatsoever. It might be something that you can do on the fly if you need to do that. Maybe you are interviewing somebody and you want to record what they have to say. You can do that. Right. But it being a constant thing.
Or maybe you're outside, cooking a barbecue around your, the cart that you got from Walmart. Then that kind of phone is great for that.
Sure, yes. You turn the cart on the side and put a fire underneath it, and that's how you do your grilling now. I saw the picture you're talking about. But yeah, so you can totally tell the difference, because if you've seen any kind of a live broadcast or whatever, you've heard the difference of sound, and that's what it's like. So you need good sound, good quality video. You need a good person behind the board to work all this for you, and that's what makes it professional, and that's why people will give you money for what you do, and you have to pay for that, and that's just the way it is. And I can't stress that enough. But the benefit of it is that you're able to create something, put it out there for the world to see, and you can make it your business. And if it's ancillary to whatever you're already doing, you're just adding to promotion for your service, your product, your whatever. It's a perfect model for that, because now your service or product is on the web forever. And if you know how to do social media at all, then you're ahead of the game. But I think something that George and I have talked about is maybe informing people more of how they can do it.
this.
Because I think
People
that's
still okay. I think what we've done here is we've given them the meat, the potatoes, and the
Sure.
and the maybe the carrots and the onions, but I don't think that we've given them the spice yet. I think
Right.
that's going to be the part that they need the most.
they need that spice.
I think the spice, which is going to be, this is an idea how to do this.
Right. And the spice is what is going to make it
taste good or not.
taste good or not, and
Right.
and that's needed, and they need to know how to push forward their brand, and that's
Right.
basically what you're building here. You're building a brand of whatever. Maybe you already have one, and you want to extend that brand. That's what this is, and I look forward to it going a long time. I mean, especially with the new site and the way that it is, and how it's going to expand. It's
As far as I know, I'm not going anywhere for a long
You're not
period
going
of time.
anywhere
So,
for a long time.
yeah. So, and the only thing we're doing here is still working and improving on more things. Like we said, there's other stuff we have not mentioned and can't not yet. We
Right.
won't yet.
Right.
But we do have some things in the works.
There's as they should be, because they should be kind of surprises, and when they're launched, you go, that's awesome. Whether it's you're going to be copied by some other place or whatever, it's just that it needs to be right. It needs to be right, and it needs to be done.
Apple and them don't want you to see their new phone, even though it looks exactly like the last phone.
They don't.
until
until it's
launch
actually
day,
done,
yeah.
and they show it to you.
Right.
You guys can speculate all you want, but I am happy. As weird as it might sound, I am happy that the other company has already launched their brand new website, because
yeah.
I'm like, great, because that looks nothing like
Like-
what we're going to do. You go ahead and do that one. We're going to do ours, and that'll make us different, and that's good. You guys, you do your thing, we'll do ours, and it'll be beautiful.
and be happy with what you've got at the end, because
Yeah.
we sure as hell will be.
Keep that HTML site up. All right, I think that we're about.
I think we're about
okay,
done.
cool. So thanks, guys, for listening today, hearing my little issue with Cox.
The weirdest
and,
thing is this seemed like more than an hour show today.
It might have been listening to my issue with Cox, and then and hearing about All Talk and the direction the site's going. So thanks, guys, for hanging out. Tomorrow, I'm supposed to have Alicia Perone on my show from fans of Jimmy Century, and she's an awesome lady. And
Now, what do they do?
they're a band.
A band. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
check them out. They have some great stuff. Fans of Jimmy Century on YouTube, check it out and see her here tomorrow. So you guys have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.